Hi, folks. Mary Derbyshire here. I am a movement and fitness coach, and I am also an Alexander Technique teacher. If you don't know about the Alexander Technique, well, the Alexander Technique is a mindfulness practice that teaches you how to move and be better in your body and in your head. And it's a wonderful technique that's been around for over 125 years. And it has totally changed my life. And I know it has changed the lives of many people who I have had the unbelievable opportunity to work with over the past 25 years. But I'm here today to talk to you about change, because the Alexander Technique is really about change, changing habits that interfere with how you move and how you are designed to move. So I'm going to tell you a little story right now. It is spring in Rhode Island. And where I am in Rhode Island, it has been unbelievably freezing cold. Look at me. Still in a jacket and a turtleneck. And we've had more gray days and more rain this past April. Here it is May 2nd. And we've had more rain this past April in the history of record taking. So we're all kind of really ready for some spring weather. And my ponies, I have 3 horses. My ponies are shedding late. They're shedding now. They are still in full shed. So that means I go to the barn, and when I leave the barn, I'm absolutely covered in horsehair. Let me describe this scene to you a little bit. When my ponies go out and lie down and roll in the mud, because it's been so wet, they leave a swath of hair on the ground. I mean, you can see it's like a blanket of hair. And when I bring them up from their pasture, I'm covered in horsehair. When I groom them in the barn, there is a sea of hair floating on the floor of the barn. But guess what? They go through this change every year. They shed their winter coat, and by this point, their winter coat is dull and not very pretty. In November, the winter coat is beautiful. It's fuzzy and nice. But by this point, it's really dull and needs to go. And in about 2 weeks' time from now, I will go to the barn one morning, and they will be out of their winter coat. And they will have a shiny, sleek summer coat that when I brush it, the dapples come up. So why am I telling you all this? Well, we need to go through changes to change our situation, right? We need to make a commitment to ourselves so that we can go through a change. And what I do is I teach people online, either through my courses or I teach people in person. I teach them how to apply the principles of the technique to their lives so that they can stop doing the things that they habitually do. So one thing that most of us habitually do is that we are far too sedentary. And this is sort of my soapbox. As I said, I am also a movement and fitness coach. I've taught fitness for the past 35 years. And I see people all the time who come into my studio who are suffering from backaches and neck aches. And most people who come to me for pain. And part of the problem, yes, it is the way they are moving, but part of the problem oftentimes is that they are not moving enough. They're not moving enough. We sit far too much in our culture, and we are sitting even more now that we have computers and iPads and things like that. Podcasts, we just sit far too much. So I am constantly beating the drum of people moving more and making a commitment to themselves to move more. But if you're in pain, it's difficult to move more. If you experience stiffness, it's difficult to move more. And so that's where the Alexander Technique comes in a really nice way. So coupling the Alexander Technique with exercise is just a brilliant way to allow you to start to create a movement practice. So I want to stop here for a second, and I want to just point something out. So often, the words that we use to describe physical activity or physical exercise are really damaging and harmful words. So after you watch this short video, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to write down 5 words, free associate, 5 words that you'd write down that you would use to describe, or they can be phrases that you could use to describe physical exercise. What does that conjure up? And then next to those words, I want you to write the opposite. And it's just a little experiment. I know for myself that much of the language that floats around the gym or anything that has to do with exercise, they're hard words to double down, no pain, no gain. But I don't want to, I want you to do this exercise on your own. So can you imagine creating a movement practice that was easy and simple? When I was doing my barn chores this evening, I was kind of smiling to myself because there's that Shakespeare quote, "If music be the food of life, play on." So I was thinking, well, if movement be the fuel of life, play on or move on, right? I also teach fitness classes. So in the morning, I teach some fitness classes in my town. And we were talking about this new study that there's a fabulous article in the New York Times yesterday by Gretchen Reynolds about memory and exercise and how exercise really helps with memory. And one of the women in the class said, if you want to age well, you have to move. You just have to make that commitment to yourself. Okay. So I'm playing around with videos. I'll be back to writing more blogs. I have a new website. And I will direct you to that. Actually, I can tell you what it is right now. It's Mary Derbyshire Agility.com. It's brand new. It just went up yesterday. There's still some tweaks I need to make, and I need to learn how to get in and post my blogs. So this I'm just sending out to email to my list. But go to MaryDerbyshireAgility.com and tell me what you think about my new website, and post. Send me an email. Send me an email and tell me what your 5 words are and what are the 5 opposites. Okay, you're awesome. Think spring. I hope you all have beautiful flowers and warm weather. We have beautiful flowers. We just don't have warm weather. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.